Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all. Part 2 gang. Let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang. Like, share, and subscribe to y'all. Part 2 gang. Let's get it. Let's go. It's crazy. I look. I see the old head coming down the steps. He like, I'm like, nah. This can't be happening. I look. I see Chris kind of like move. I was like, man, hold on, man. My roommate was like, go see. I went down the steps. Get a bird's eye view. I'm like, I get to the middle of the steps. I look. Old head like, Chris on the door like, let them in. Old head Terry moved in this room, man. I was like, come on, man. I said, how? I go back to my room. I said, bro, why you ain't tell him, leave them old heads alone, bro? He was like, man, I told him don't trust nobody, man. I told him Weezy, don't trust nobody. You know what I mean? He probably gonna tell me he had to get a roommate. I'm like, yo, that's the predator friend. He's a predator. He was like, my roommate was just shaking his head like, shh. He didn't know what to do. He young, he green. He don't know what to do. I'm like, man, we go back in the cell, lock down. You know what I mean? They come through and count. You know what I mean? As soon as count was clear, we come back out. I look up, I see Chris going up the steps. He ain't got nothing but a soap dish, a little towel, and a rag over top of the soap dish. He going up the steps like this. He like, he go hop in the shower. See the old head come out. Old head got the white beat on. He got his socks pulled all the way up to his knees there. He come out and talk to the dude. Terry was a skinny, dark-skinned, bald-head dude, no facial hair game. He kind of had like a bald-head Professor X in the face. That's my word. He looking crazy. He come got the white beat on. His white beat is super long. He come stand by his homeboy. He like, that's that put in work stance. Man, I was like, this is sick right here, man. There's some sick stuff going on right before my eyes in the Go Home pod. I would never think that I was going to witness a predator move this crazy, like in the Go Home joint. But this wasn't the only one, you know what I mean? But this was the first one. But this was wild to witness. This was wild to witness, man. Like, Chris is like really like, you know, what can you say? He liked it. He wanted it. He been like that. You can say a lot of things, man, until you in his position. In his predicament, you know what I mean? Like, if you're in his predicament, man, like, what would you do, man? You gotta fight for anything out here, man. You gotta fight for everything. In prison, you gotta fight, man. Even if it is for your cheeks, you must fight. I'm like, this is crazy right here, man. So I was like, man, for real, man. I'm like, yo, this is nuts right here, man. I see the dude Jersey. The whole time, the dude Jersey is one of the dudes that's on the phone line with me that I rock with. You know what I mean? I see him when we come out. I'm like, yo, cause see, he take Terry class too. You know what I mean? Jersey just being there helping him though. Jersey is somebody that rock with Doc. He's not going home either when we go home. You know what I mean? But he in there because he's cool with people that wants him to stay in there. So that's why he's in there. You know what I mean? But I'm rocking with bro, like as far as on the jack, you know what I mean? Me and him cool. You know what I mean? So I pull up on him. I'm like, yo, bro, man, you see all this? What's going on, bro? He was like, what are they running up? Choo-choo! I said, man, stop playing, bro. I said, man, look, man. He said, nah, that's what they doing. He from Jersey, like, yo, that's what they doing. That's what they doing. We, man, it's penitentiary, Wiz. I'm like, yo, I know this penitentiary, bro, but at the end of the day, man, the dude, white boy, ain't even have a chance, bro. Like, they move him straight in the jump with Lamont Psycho, but he was like, man, he could have said, nah. I'm like, you right, you know what I mean? But I'm like, yo, bro, like, for real, he's like, man, I don't care, man. You shouldn't either. I said, I don't care. I said, the only reason why I'm coming to you about this, I said, because my roommate, he was like, who young? And I'm like, yeah, I was like, my roommate came in here with him. You know what I mean? I was like, my roommate rocked with him, man. So that jump, I know that jump be affecting him, like, just seeing at a young age saying like this is what it is. Like he was like, nah, he need to see stuff like that. For he won't bring his little butt back here. He need to see stuff like that. This is penitentiary. I'm like, it definitely is penitentiary, bro. I done seen my whole fair share of predator moves, bro. I done got a million. I done seen them, bro. I seen a million of them, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, yeah, I know, but hey, man, I'm telling you, as we talking, Doc pull up, you know what I mean? Doc pull up. He like, what's up? I'm like, ain't nothing, man. He was like, it's crazy. Yeah, what's something always going on? What's going on, Jers? Jers was like, man, Weezy wanted me to holler at Turd. You know what I mean? I was like, no, I ain't never tell you to do that. He was like, you was gonna tell me. I was like, yeah, bro, cause for real. I was like, Doc, I thought these dudes trying to go home. I thought they trying to go to the crib. He was like, yeah, they trying to go to the crib, but they still got needs too, Weezy. I was like, man, as soon as Doc said that, that's how I found that Doc wasn't a predator. Like, cause for real, after I had got in there, we was on the phone, I wouldn't kick it with him, but a couple times we would have conversations and nothing weird came out. I didn't see him do nothing weird, but when we was having this conversation, I'm like, yo, Doc, man, like for real, man, like that's crazy. He was like, yeah, man, but you gotta understand, like, you know, people about to go home, but people still got needs. His eye went like this. He was like, people still got needs too, Weezy. And he gave me that look like that. People still got needs too, Weezy. Immediately. In my head, I'm like, oh, God. Probably the radar detector didn't go off. But, you know, it happens like that. You know what I mean? It ain't like my junk, bro. It ain't nothing like that. It just didn't go off on Doc. Now, if he did predator activities in the past, probably did. I got Doc probably just being somebody that just rock with the boys. Like, he ain't trying to really, like being a weasel wasn't in his, like, repertoire from what I saw. You know what I mean? So, like, maybe that's why the predator radar detector didn't go off. But Doc kept it a band. You know what I mean? Like, you know, these dudes trying to go home, but these dudes are still going to always be predators, man. That's basically what he was saying. So who was I to try to, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm going to go tell my roommate the same thing. I'm going to go tell him, like, bro, we're going to mind our business on this. Like, this is the second predator Chris has moved in the cell with. Like, even though he didn't have a chance, never, at the end of the day, man, like, he got to be a little bit smarter than this, y'all. So, boom! He has to, man. Like, prison is not a joke. Prison is not a game. What do you think this is? And they definitely over there doing the choo-choo. Pause. And that's what they doing to him, man, because I started seeing the old dude that cleaned up, the one I was telling y'all about that's from Norfolk, the one that be in the hallway acting like he got first dibs on every boy that come through on the bus. That psycho, I start to see him slide over the, you know what I mean? Now he's shooting in Chris' cell. I'm seeing him. I never see him do nothing but clean up, go to his cell. That's all he do. I see the old dude from Norfolk slide out of Terry and Chris' cell. I'm like, I look, Terry on the phone with that long wife beater. Wife beater long as wife beater like ain't got no elastic on the end. He on the phone. I said, oh, they running plays in this joint. I was like, oh. Chris getting passed around, man, like yesterday's lunch. That's what he's getting passed around like, man. Like it's to the point now nobody cares. You know what I mean? I'm saying in my head, like that's wild because stuff like this is dangerous. You know what I mean? In a lot of ways, man. Like, but I can't talk to the predators about this. I'm just hoping bro get out of this smooth. So like just seeing how they was running plays now, man, with Chris, it was wild, man. But I just went to my roommate and I was like, yo, bro, listen, bro, like, you need to leave that alone or you gonna have a long beard. I was like, man, apparently Chris wanna be gay. He was like, man, I don't think he gay, Weezy. I'm telling you, I don't think he gay, man. Like, he's just scared, man. Like, he ain't really got no family, you know what I mean? He's like, when he get on the phone, bro, he calling his sister. You know what I mean? He was like, his sister got 3 kids. She don't be doing nothing for him. He was like, man, he's scared, man. I'm like, bro, how scared can you be with 3 years? How scared can y'all be with 3 years, man? Answer that, man. I know a lot of y'all were like, man, I'll do 3 years in the hole. And I would too, man, before I go in the cell with a predator. But at the end of the day, man, y'all have these, that's why I do these stories, because you have people. You have real life people, not fake people, not made up stories people. No, you have real people that come into prison, black or white, Chinese, Puerto Rican, it don't matter. They come into prison and they are scared. And the first person that comes with something like they're protecting them like an older brother or older uncle or something like that, some of them fall for it, man, out of being scared. I'm telling y'all, prison is scary, man. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people they want to be gay. That's in prison. That's why a lot of dudes come home and they don't be gay no more. You know what I mean? Because they didn't really want to be gay. Half of them. It's a crazy situation in there, man. Y'all just got to stay out of prison. But on Chris, man, as far as Chris, There's nothing for Chris can do except play his position as far as being who he was. Somebody that's getting the because that's all he wanted to do. I'm looking up, I'm seeing the old head, I'm seeing Terry, old roommate that he was in the cell with before he moved in the cell with Chris. Now he's shooting in there. It's like, it's a free for all of dudes just going in there, putting the cut up. And after they all said and done of violating Chris, you'll just see the dude Chris come out with the same soap dish and rag, go up the steps, walking like he crazy as hell, and he'll go get in the shower. He'll come back, you know what I mean, go in the cell, sit in there till they call dinner, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, Terry come back over there with that long ass wife beater, you know what I mean? Shit was sad, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Like, this whole situation just was something that just, you know what I mean? It was wild. And the only reason it's not funny, but it was the only reason it was wild, man. It's slightly kind of like funny to me, man, because like, just to see these predators in action, y'all, like I'm telling y'all, man, from that very first day, man, when Lamont had got him, man, like, them dudes that look so happy that it was a young green white dude moving in the block, man. Y'all see how sick this is, man. These dudes was ecstatic. They was happy. All of them, all the predators, they was super happy that this situation was happening right before their eyes, man. And Chris fell right into the predator bait. He fell right into the predator trap. He let them put it over top of his head, y'all, so boom. My roommate, he looking like, man, for real, bro. He was like, man, look, he get high one day, we smoke one day, you know what I mean? My roommate he started hanging with like a couple of Richmond dudes now. Like, he's not from Richmond, he's from one of them outside county joints, but like, he was a cool looking little young nigga. He's short. He used to have a little bootsy, you know what I mean? He a young nigga, you know what I mean? You could tell he a little hoodlum on the street. That's why he was locked up. But goddamn, the Richmond dude took a liking to him. So he used to use their phone, you know what I mean? I used to put him on my phone, the phone we had, but he used to use their jack. So he used to kind of run with the Richmond dudes because one of the Richmond dudes was slight his age and the Richmond dude was hanging with the Richmond dudes. So it's like my roommate started hanging with the Richmond dudes. But he coming to sell. He got some weed, you know what I mean? I'm like, you got some weed? He like, yeah. My mama, his grandma used to get him numbers because I done did them three-way a couple times. You know what I mean? Like, my grandma gave me some numbers. Bro from Richmond had the weed, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't smoke like that, but you know, I still used to smoke. I ain't even gonna lie. So he come upstairs, you know what I mean? I was like, I roll up, you know what I mean? He start rolling up, talking. You know what I mean? He was like, yo, man, for real, man. He was like, yo, me and my homeboy don't like that nigga Terry, man. We don't like that nigga Terry, man. I'm like, what you mean you don't like him? It don't supposed to be no dudes in here like that. We in a go home block. It don't supposed to be no dudes in here like that. I said, hold on, youngster. I finished rolling the joint. I was like, first of all, your ass ain't in juvenile detention center no more, bro. Like, this is real prison right here, bro. Like, if you ever go out there and want to be a hoodlum again, nigga, you gonna see all type of sorts of different maniac predators, nigga. All type of shapes and sizes and colors. I'm letting you know now. So, like, you talking about, like, this ain't how it's supposed to be in a go-home block, bro. This is prison, my guy. He was like, yeah, I know, but still though, but still though, man, I don't like that old dude though, man. That's word, I don't like him, man. Like, for real, we got there ready to fuck him up. Me and my homeboy. So I'm like, you and your homeboy. So I'm sizing him and his homeboy up towards Terry. Terry kind of skinny, tall, but he a grown ass man. All of them is for real, but I'm just like, I don't know. Terry might handle both of they dumb ass, but I'm like, yo, bro, nah, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea, bro. Don't do that, bro. He like, nah, I'm saying, I'll just think about it. Cause I'm like, man, for real, man, like, another thing I was thinking about, man, I was just thinking about goddamn punching Chris in the face in the chow hall. Goddamn, then we both go to the hole. I said, so you gonna sacrifice you going to the hole for Chris? He was like, yeah, I mean, I will if that would save him. You know what I mean? That'll get him away from these dudes. Weezy, man. He was like, man, for real, bro, if I don't do something, man, somebody gotta do something. He was like, man, you don't wanna holler at the old head. I was like, bro, listen, I can't holler at the old head. I can't. What you want me to say to the old head, man? I said, the old head in there doing the hokey pokey whenever he want now, man. I said, you ain't see how happy he was when he moved? I said, that means Chris kind of likes it. He has to. There's nothing happened to these people, man. He was like, no, man, it ain't right. It just young, he young. The shit wasn't registering to him. Long story short, it wasn't registering to him enough for him to feel like he has to do this or has to do. No, he just didn't understand that a dude that he got cool with, that he came with on the bus that was young like him, is being violated like this, man, in a short go home block. And in the beginning, I couldn't understand it either. But at the end of the day, I got to do my bid. I can't get in the middle of none of this shit. I can't do none of this shit. Can't none of this shit go on. So I say probably 2 days go by. Well, after 2 days go by, I see Doc again. Doc pull up on me. He was like, hey, look, your roommate, he messed with that white dude like that. I'm like, yeah. He was like, that's the only dude he really talked to. You know what I mean? He was like, I know. That's why I'm asking you though. Like, you know what I mean? Your son ain't in the game, is he? I'm like, what? What the hell you mean he ain't in the game? I said, he wouldn't be in my damn cell if he was in the game, Doc. He was like, no, I ain't say it like that. You know, like, you don't know what nobody capable of. And I know you good, but I'm like, yo, look, niggas, you good? He was like, man, go ahead. I'm like, nah, fuck that, man. Doc, look, ain't nobody gay in my damn cell. What the hell is you talking about? He like, nah, look, I'm just saying because, like, for real, I think shit gonna get crazy soon. I'm like, why you say that? He was like, cuz, man, like, I think the police kind of catching wind, you know what I mean, of what's going on. I don't know who said something, but like people talking that the white dude kind of like being forced to live with these dudes and, you know what I mean, this and that, this and that. He was like, I don't think they just discussing it. And Doc used to know everything. Doc knew everything. Doc was the number one out of all them old dudes in there. He was number one, you know what I mean? So he like, they discussing it like they ain't put it together. Like it's something now where like, you gotta understand like when the discussion happens, something always happens after discussion. So I'm like, what, they gonna lock the predators up? Because that's what I want to hear. Get them out of here. He like, no, I ain't saying they gonna do that. I'm just telling you, tell your roommate, goddamn, stay out of that shit because they're gonna be trying to talk to people. If shit get crazy, I know. You know what I mean? I was like, I'll tell him, Doc, you know what I mean? I was like, but you know how these young dudes is, man. These young dudes, you can't tell them nothing. You can't tell these young dudes nothing, man. He was like, man, I didn't want to do it. He said, man, I'm standing in my door. And I'm watching all of them look happy when they brought that white boy in. And I'm looking at the lieutenant, that fucking dyke. He snapped. Doc didn't like her either. That fucking dyke. I'm looking right at her ass. And she let them orchestrate that whole move. She let him move in the cell with Lamont. Lamont about to make parole. Lamont make parole and pass him on. I was like, Doc, the whole time you acting like you ain't even really know. You like, I know everything, Weezy. I'm like, man, like this is crowd. Like, man, look, I'm gonna tell my roommate to stay out of that situation, like, you know what I mean? All the way out of that situation because people might be watching. And I was like, I definitely don't got nothing to do with that situation, man. So I'm like, so what you gonna do? You gonna go holler at the white dude? He was like, hell no. Ah, shit, I hear shit. I was supposed to repeat it. I'm just telling you because that's your roommate. That's the only reason you know, Weezy. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go holler at my roommate. I dip upstairs, my roommate in the cell watching TV. I go in the room, I'm like, yo, hit the top bone. He like, take his headphones. I'm like, yo, hey, look. Hey, bro, look, I just holler at Doc. Doc say, you know what I mean? Like, he don't know. I got back to the administration. He was like, the administration been talking about how dudes been making him live in the room and do this and do that and all this and do that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, so he told me, you know what I mean, to let you know to stay clear from that white boy because when they come bag everybody, like they gonna be trying to talk to everybody. He was like, they gonna come lock Chris up. I was like, I don't know. He didn't say that. He was just like, he don't even know if dudes gonna get locked up, period. He was just like, all he know is, you know what I mean? Something could, you know what I mean? Something can get crazy. Something can get crazy. So like, he just told me to tell you to stay kind of away for that if you don't want to be questioned in the future by the authorities. You know what I mean? So he lean, jump off the bed. He like, man. He was like, yo. He was like, man, I ain't got nothing to say to them. I was like, yeah, but they know you cool. You the only one cool with him, bro. I was like, they know this. You know what I mean? You the only one that talk to the dude. He was like, yeah, I know, man, but like, for real, he been getting violated, man. He been getting violated since his first day in here, man. I've been told him that shit to tell his peoples, man. I told him to tell his sister. You know what I mean? Now the police want to goddamn come out like they want to do so. He's like, man, he been getting violated. They been violating his ass. I'm like, man, let's just stay out of that shit enough. You like, you ain't got nothing to do with that shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, I am, but like, I want to say something to him. I'm like, no, don't say nothing to him. I said, because Doc told me, bro. You know what I mean? Don't say nothing to him, bro. He be like, I said, man, give me your word. You ain't gonna say nothing, man. He was like, that's my word. That's my word. That's my word. All right, man, relax, y'all. So, boom. You know what I mean? Like, this shit crazy. Like, shit was getting crazy within being crazy because it's crazy things already going on, man. You know what I mean? We got somebody in the pod that's getting violated in the go home block. You know what I mean? I've been in the pod, what, freaking 4 months, 3 months, 3.5 months, and I witnessed somebody getting their cheeks taken. I couldn't believe it, man. All I was doing was just sitting back telling God, hurry up and get me out of this place. Get me to the place that I want to love and be wherever I want to be for the rest of my life, and I will never leave it again, which is home. And that's what I was just praying every night, man, because the things you see around you in that place, man, is ridiculous, man. Like prison is crazy, man. Like it's nuts. So everybody in there just trying to just mind their business, man. You know what I mean? I'll say a few days went by, like, you know what I mean? Nothing happened though. No police came in and checked on Chris. Chris do his same routine, see the old head coming this way, that person coming that way, they running the choo-choo. They still running the train on goddamn, bro, man. Like, it was sad, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the longer it went on, the more people started noticing in that joint. You know what I mean? The more people started noticing in that joint that people started thinking Chris was slow. Like damn, like he don't talk, like he don't do shit, and he didn't. The man didn't say shit. The man didn't say a damn word, man. Like, not one word. So it's like, people started looking at him like he's slow, man. Like, damn, you either slow or you gay as hell. One of the two. You know what I mean? Pick one. Like, you could be both for real, man. Like, dudes can't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. I never said one word to this guy. You know what I mean? But my roommate used to be the only one he would talk to. You know what I mean? So I told my roommate stay clear of that shit. He stayed clear for like a couple days. You know what I mean? On the third day, we got where our cell was at. I told y'all we on that back wall. I'm in 36. We're on the back wall on the top tier. I can look out my back window and see the yard. The backyard is the yard on Greensville. On each side, each building has their own yard, basically. You know what I mean? So the backyard is the yard. So I can look out my window and see the yard. I look out my window, who I see walking laps of Chris like this. I see my roommate, little young ass. He's like, yeah. I said, man, look at this little young motherfucker, man. I said, man, young nigga gave me his damn word. I'm like, man, I ain't mad at him though, man. I done broke my word before when it came to maniac shit, but I'm like, still though, this nigga crazy as a bitch. So outside Rick come back. You know what I mean? He come back in the cell all sweaty and shit. I'm like, God damn, man. He was like, what? I said, man, I seen you out there walking lots of Chris, man. I said, man, what you tell that nigga, man? He was like, man, shh. I said, man, bro, you gave me a word, man. He was like, no, Weezy, man. He was like, man, but I'm putting him on point. You know what I mean? I was like, what you tell him? He was like, man, I told him that, you know, the nigga say the police caught Win. You know what I mean? He said he came out and told me, Weezy. I was like, what did he come out and tell you, bro? He was like, man, he came out and told me, man. He was like, man, he said, man, we went to the back of the yard. You know what I mean? He was like, well, I went back there and smoked. You know what I mean? He was like, he ain't even want no weed. He's like, I went back there and smoked. He said, well, I don't smoke. And he just came, told the truth and everything. I said, what'd he say, bro? He said, man, the dude Lamont got him in the cell. You know what I mean? He said when he got in there, he said everything was cool. They played dominoes when they was locked down. You know what I mean? They came out, they made something to eat for him. They chilled, they did all the predator activities that a predator do. And he said as soon as they was time for the main lockdown, for like we locked down for the rest of the night, he said as soon as they counted, as soon as they went through and counted, he said, goddamn, he was on the top bunk. You know what I mean? He said the dude had his boxes stacked up. 3 boxes to stack up for you can see a TV. You know what I mean? He had his bubble on 3 boxes. So he said he was looking at TV on the top bunk. He said, goddamn, all he seen was Lamont just come from the bottom bunk and was like, come down here. He was like, for what? He was like, come watch TV down here. You know what I mean? So I'm like, for real, I didn't really want to hear no more, man, because I already knew he already was being violated. But my roommate telling me this horror film, man, pause on this whole story, man. But he said, when he told him to, you know what I mean, come down and watch TV, he said he moved 1 box and put the TV on 2 boxes. So he said he's sitting like on a little stool joint and they watching TV. You know what I mean? So he said, as he watching TV, man, he said, man, that's my word, man. He said, after they counted, he said, dude got up. And the next thing you know, he didn't even know. He said, dude got up off the bed and started peeing naked. You know what I mean? I'm like, what, man? I'm like, man, Lamont is a freaking psycho, man. He was like, yeah, man. My roommate, like, serious talking about, he like, yeah, man, like, say he was peeing naked, man. He was like, man, he said, Lamont just got close to him, man, and like grabbed him and told him to help him out. I said, man, he helped him out. He said, man, he was scared shitless, man. He said he never seen a dude that diesel butt naked in front of him before. You know what I mean? So he said he was that scared. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this is crazy. I said, I don't want to hear no more, bro. I said, man, I don't want to hear no more, man. I already know, man. You know what I mean? So I said, man, that's crazy, man. Hold on, no, this ain't it. I said, what, bro? He was like, man, he said the dude Terry moved in the cell with him. Yeah, now Terry got the dude, I ain't gonna call a nigga name from Norfolk. He said he got him, the dude that be cleaning. He be coming in there, renting him out to the old head that be cleaning from Norfolk. So I'm like, oh, renting him out, bro. He said, man, he rent him out to him and his old roommate that he left the cell with. I said, man, I knew it. I saw it. I'm like, oh. So I said, what Chris said he gonna do? Man, he was like, man, he's tired of it, man. He was like, man, he just feel like, you know what I mean? Like, they made him like this and he didn't want to be like this. He never wanted to be a gay person, you know what I mean? But he just got put in the wrong predicament. He basically never had a chance from the beginning, you know what I mean? So he was like, man, he don't know what he gonna do because he's still scared, you know what I mean? But he was like, man, he just prayed that one day that God can just get him out of this situation, man, without him having to get himself out of this situation. So that was like a hard prayer right there. You hope God get you out of this situation without you getting yourself out of this situation, because you can get yourself out this situation by just going to the authorities. It's crazy, y'all, but at the end of the day, man, this is prison, y'all. So boom! My roommate gave me that whole rap sheet rundown, man, and I just was like, that's wild right there, man. Like he's definitely in a bad predicament with 3 years. With 3 years, he had to go through a situation like this, man. So everything was regular. You know what I mean? Everything was regular. Like, they still didn't mess with them dudes yet. Nothing was going on. You know what I mean? I'm running around doing my own little thing, minding my business, man. And like, the only time I used to bring memories back to what's going on is when I see Chris. That's to be the only time when I'd be like, yo, that's crazy. But if I didn't see him, I wouldn't even be thinking about it. So the whole time, like it's just boiling. The water's boiling over. The pot about to explode, man, because this is a lot that's been going on under these people's nose. So Doc already told me they kind of like was like investigating the whole situation. You know what I mean? Like they was investigating the whole situation. But now they feeling like, you know what I mean? I guess they feeling like, man, like they have to cover themselves because the way stuff is going to get back, the way the word is going to be when they talk to witnesses and everybody tell them what really happened, the police is at fault. The police is at fault behind this, man. They never gave Chris a chance, y'all. Like, they are at fault, man. They moved him in that cell. He agreed to move in that cell. But they should know somebody that's not green to jail. They probably looking at it like, you come to jail, you come to jail. That's just what it is. But they should know that when you got somebody that looks scared and young and white in a Virginia prison, man, because usually the white people, like, it's not a lot of y'all with power in Virginia. Like, I know it's different in other states, but when I was in there, it wasn't like that, especially on the prisons I was at. So like these be like, dudes be praying on this. This is the stuff that dudes pray on. Y'all serious about this. Like dudes pray on this shit, y'all. So like, you gotta be careful, man. So the police trying to really cover their butt. The police is trying to cover themselves because they know for a fact that this can land on them. So we in the block, you know what I mean? We in there having Empire wreck. Everything was going smooth. This probably like around after the wreck when we come out after dinner. So this is like after 6 o'clock, you know what I mean? So we out in the pod. Everybody out there, you know what I mean? Everybody out in the pod. I ain't working, I'm chilling. You know what I mean? I look up, I see the lieutenant lady with the dread. She come in the booth. She started talking to the CO. Then she looking over in our pod. And she looking at the face card books. You know what I mean? She leaves. She go back upstairs from the booth. She climbed the ladder. She dipped. She come back out. Yeah, she come back in our pod. And he was like, yeah, she come in the pod. She was like, Terry ass was on the phone. I seen her skinny ass, long ass white beater. He was like this. He facing her when she come in. He like this. When she walk in, he was like. She looked around. She was like. She walked straight to Terry. She was like. She tapped him on the shoulder. She was like, "Where your roommate?" He was like. Terry was like. He grabbed the phone. He was like, "Oh, I don't know. He might be in the cell. He might be in the cell. What happened to LT?" She was like, She walked straight to the cell. Next thing you know, 2 other polices come in. Captain come in this time. They come in. They all go back to Chris' cell. You see them all over there. They're like, Chris said at the door. They're like, open up this. I forgot the door. Open up the door. Yeah, push. They see you open the door. They go on the threshold. They talking to Chris. In front of the whole party, and they're talking to him. Like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, they was like, hey, look, I apologize for this. The captain dude was like, I apologize for ending y'all wreck early, but we got something very important to handle right now. So right now, I need everybody to lock down. I mean, right now, like I'll make up for this for y'all. I promise. I didn't mean to mess y'all wreck up. He was a cool captain dude, black dude. So everybody like, what, man? Come on, man. Everybody like, oh, this is crazy. Everybody just getting their stuff together, going to the cell. You know what I mean? Everybody walking towards the cell. You know what I mean? They still over there talking to Chris. You know what I mean? They over there talking to him for a second. You know what I mean? So as locked down, they said, everybody get off the phone. They made everybody get off the phone. If you don't get off the phone in the next 5 minutes, when they tell everybody to get off the phone, they got a button that'll shut all the phones off. So everybody get off the phone. So I see Terry, he kind of looking like, he don't even want to walk over there for real. He like, this a man that had a class before I even came in the party. He had a class. He's trying to make parole. He's been down over 20. You know what I mean? He's trying to make parole. He's trying to get out there to his family. Again, he can continue being a predator. But he's trying to make parole at the end of the day. I'm just bringing that to y'all attention. But he's standing there and he's looking like he don't even want to walk to his cell. He don't even want to walk to his damn cell. He like, then he finally get over there because he had nowhere else to go. It was like, sit at the table right there. He's still in there talking to Chris. I mean, everybody on the door. I'm on the door. My roommate beside me. Both of us on the door. We on the door. Look at him. We can't see under where Chris themselves at, but we can see Terry ugly ass sitting at the table right there. So they all right there. Next thing you know, you just seen Chris come walking out with the lieutenants. He's like, My roommate was like, Chris, you gone? He was like, yeah, man. I see you, man. He walked out. They took him out. You know what I mean? So 2 police is left. The lieutenant took him out, and the CO took him out. The captain dude and a couple of other COs that stayed in there, they right there talking to Terry at the table. You know what I mean? So they talking to him at the table. They like, you know what I mean? They told him go in the cell. You know what I mean? Like, go in the cell. You know what I mean? They lock him down. Goddamn. So that was at night when all that was going on. A lot of the administration is gone. So I guess they couldn't figure it out by the nighttime. Next morning come, Terry got spared. He was in that bitch shaking in his Predator boots. I know he was, because he probably thought they was gonna lock his ass up right then and there. My word, goddamn, you know what I mean? Next morning come, we go to breakfast. They still don't mess with Terry. Terry gonna do his class, you know what I mean? Now, I'm in the pod, I'm on the phone, you know what I mean? My class ain't to after count, but I'm out there in the pod, dudes went to rec, Terry up there doing his class. I look up, I see the police come in. There ain't nothing but like 6, 7 dudes in the pod, so I ain't make no damn police noise. They come in though. They come in. See them go right up the steps. The class is all the way in the back by the showers, past like where the COs be going at. The hallway back. They got a hallway at the top on some crazy shit, but they go up the steps. You see them go to the back. They was back there for a minute. I'm on the phone telling my wife, I'm like, damn, this shit crazy in here. The go home pod. Retarded. This shit nuts. As I'm saying that, I just see goddamn Terry tall ass come like, he was like, and nigga had his blue shirt on, but his slinky ass white beater so goddamn stretchy and long, that shit was hanging past his blue shirt. He walked by looking dumb as a bitch, white beater then blue shirt, the white beater longer than his blue shirt. He like, he couldn't understand. He like, he looked over there where I was at, he was like, as soon as he walked down, I goddamn did the invisible Tiger Woods. You motherfucker. I'm looking at this shit. This motherfucker. Goddamn, they take the nigga out. Goddamn, they dip. Goddamn, niggas come back from outside. Right? Niggas like, oh shit, they grabbed Terry. Like, yeah, like that nigga go for parole next week. Like, what? Yeah, he go for parole next week. That shit crazy. Lockdown. They coming in, lockdown. Everybody locked down. They come back in that bitch again right before counting. Look up. They go in the goddamn Terry old cell. They go grab his roommate. They grab his dumb ass. You know what I mean? He's out of here. I look up. I seen the old dude from Norfolk. Old nigga that been down since Wilt Chamberlain was laying the ball up like that. Goddamn it, I see him. He walk, he got the stick boots. He come out like this. They took him out in handcuffs. I'm like, oh shit. They locked them niggas, man. We still don't know what was said. We still don't know what was going on. But they banged them, all 3 of them niggas. They banged them niggas. Them niggas went to the bing. It's out of here. No more parole. That shit is dead. They locked us down for a couple hours. We come back out. I see Doc. Doc like, yo, that shit crazy as a bitch, man. You ain't believe this shit. I'm like, what? He was like, man, they went over to the reentry pod. Over there on the S, I forgot what S it was. He said S2, S3, one of them shits. They went over to the reentry pod. And they went over there and got Lamont dumbass too. They locked his dumbass up. I said, man, he about to get out on parole. He was like, not no more. Baby, fuck that up. You got a complete reentry to make parole. So I said, so what they do then? Like if you fuck up during reentry when you about to make parole, when you already made parole. He was like, shit, you start over. I was like, oh. This dude Lamont was about to go home. He loved the cheeks more, man. He wanted to be a predator more. And y'all see what happened, man. He jeopardized everything he had, man. To going on the streets, man. This before he could be a predator, man. Chris told every goddamn thing. Doc said Chris told every goddamn thing. They forced him. They made him. They ran a train on him. They did every goddamn thing. He said Chris told every goddamn thing. The people made him tell. He told every damn thing. But the man said he used to pray that he can be saved without him having to save himself, which is weird, man. And that's what happened. The police caught wind. And the police told, I don't know, maybe Doc told, I don't fucking know. But at the end of the day, dude didn't make parole. Lamont didn't make parole. Terry didn't make parole. The other nigga from Norfolk, he didn't give a shit about making parole. And the other dude that was Terry Sully, man, I don't know what happened to them. But all I know is that shit was still going on when I went home. You know what I mean? Doc was still keeping me filled in what was going on. Yeah, you know, they about to go to court. Like, I don't know if dude Chris Peoples was trying to push some shit or Chris was pushing, I don't know. Or however it went for Lamont and them. But at the end of the day, man, that shit was going on in 17 when I still went home. So I don't know what happened. I never found out the outcome of that shit, man. All I know is, man, you better be careful when you come into prison, man. If you green, you better be careful if you come into the go home part of you green. I don't care where you at in prison, man. Prison is prison. Don't come to this place if you can't handle it. If you're not physically strong enough, forget being mentally strong enough. You know you gotta have that, but you better be physically strong enough to be able to survive prison. Because if you can't, you're gonna have predators waiting on you like this, man. The man, Chris, never had a chance, man. He came straight into a situation that they put him in like that, man. That he put himself in, man. And he never had a chance. That was a crazy story, y'all. But that's the end of the damn story. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Y'all already know the count. But we got to stay out the way out here, man. We can't end up like people in these stories, man. I'm letting y'all know now, man. This is how prison is, man. I promise y'all this is how prison is. Y'all be thinking I'm joking. But that's why I have so many stories, because I witnessed so much shit. I witnessed so much of this BS, man. Y'all, this is what you can ask anybody that been in prison. I bet you they got stories just like me. This is the stuff that we witnessed, man. I didn't want to witness this stuff, but this is prison, man. That's why I never want to see none of y'all there, man. Like, for real, man. I don't want y'all to go, man. I just want y'all to stay out the way forever, because that place is not a place you want to go live at, man. Like, I messed up my life so much by going to that place, man. I can't get the time back. But at the end of the day, man, I can definitely help people from going. And that's what I'm trying to help y'all, man. To stay out the way. That's all I want y'all to do, man. Just think about what you're going to do before you do it. That's all I'm asking y'all. Period. But y'all already know what this is, man. It's the Thursday banger game. So you already know what I need you to do with this one, right? Like, share, subscribe. So y'all. Let's go. But y'all be safe, man. And stay y'all ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.